Hi guys, my name is Lars Stender. I'm a writer from Denmark who specializes in science fiction and fantasy stories. I'm here tonight to read a chapter from my fantasy novel, Mandigo and the Hellhounds. If you want to know more about my stories, you are very welcome to click on the link on Twitch and see more there. You can alternately also visit my website, www.simon.net, and Simon starts with an X. Okay, here goes chapter 11 from Mandigo and the Hellhounds. The landscape became harsh and ever more mountainous. Steep mountainsides strewn with small clusters of conifers and intersected by deep ravines and with gushing waterfalls and streams replaced the hilly deciduous forests and flowing brooks that Mandigo was so used to from home. It also grew colder, and the wind cut through Mandigo's clothes and his worn blanket like sharp knives. He could no longer feel his toes or fingers. When Mortero made one of his stops, Mandigo's legs and feet were completely numb. He just sank into a heap down on the ground and lay there shivering and mumbling incoherently. Mortero finally had to admit that something needed to be done. He took an old cape from his saddlebag and tore it to pieces, which he then wrapped around Mandigo's hands and feet. Then he gathered wood for 2 bonfires which he set up on either side of Mandigo. He held each of his hands out towards both bonfires, bowed his head for a brief moment as a faint shudder ran through his body. "Iskat!" he hissed. The air crackled, and in that very same second flames leapt from the both bonfires. Mortero let Mandigo warm up between the bonfires for a while, then fetched him some food. "We will reach my fortress tomorrow evening," he said, as he broke off a piece of ship's biscuit for Mandigo. Mandigo took the biscuit with quivering fingers that had begun to recover from the cold. He didn't respond to Mortero's announcement. He was just happy to hear that the journey was finally coming to an end. "By the way, I've been told that you were being trained by a wise old woman by the name of Greta in the village. Is that true?" Mortero queried as he gave Mandigo a piece of salt pork. Mandigo nodded silently. "Did she teach you any magic?" "She taught me to read and write ordinary things, and she taught me about herbs," Mandigo stammered. "Oh yes, herbs. They can be quite useful sometimes, but I'm convinced that she taught you more than that. Didn't she teach you the language of the elves, Faerul?" Mandigo did not look at Mortero, but could feel a sorcerer's steel gaze on him, like arrow tips pressing against his cheek. "A little," he finally admitted, uncertain as to how much he should tell Mortero about Greta's lessons. To his great surprise, Mortero started to chuckle. "Good old Greta," he said as he took a piece of pork for himself. Mandigo gazed over at him. Do you know Greta?" he asked. Mortero bared his teeth in a big smile. "Of course! Both great sorcerers and witches know each other, and Greta is one of the greatest that's ever existed." Mortero threw his remaining piece of pork out to the dogs that fought over it so viciously that it made Mandigo cringe. End of chapter 11.